lives, who dies, who tells your story? Hey everyone, it's Vismaya Rubin, founder of Living in Gratitude Today, teacher, speaker, best-selling author. But you know, my favorite role is that of a gratitude gangster. What? So this week is a very special week because tomorrow is World Gratitude Day. And if you watched Hamilton, you know that the lines I just sang, the lyrics I just sang were from the Broadway musical Hamilton. Who lives, who dies, who tells your story? It's been playing a lot in my head this past week because the Jewish holidays started on Friday and it was Rosh Hashanah. And it's a time of reflection. It's a time of going inward and taking a look at where do I need to adjust my life? It's an opportunity to say, this is how I can make myself a better person. This is how I can improve upon my relationships. This is how I can be nicer or kinder or better. And not with the sense of like there's something wrong with me, but about taking our game to the next level. So I thought it would be really fun this week to talk about what is our legacy? How do we want people to feel? What do we want people to say about us when they're not in our presence or when we're long gone? What is the feeling we want people to have? And we're not looking at this as a morbid way of, oh my God, maybe I'll die tomorrow. It's about really living out your life's purpose, your life's dream with passion, with zest, with excitement. Because if we lived every day questioning who lives, who dies, who tells your story, we would be unstoppable. We would go after the things that we wanted. We would make a difference wherever we wanted because we know, or at least we would do our best to make a difference. Even if we didn't succeed, we would do everything it took to get to that next space. So it's an interesting question, like what is your legacy? What do you want to leave the world? And I invite you this week to take that on and look at it and explore those options. What is your legacy? How do you want to be remembered? And the most important part is how can you start implementing that right now? Now, I know that if you are part of the Living in Gratitude Today movement, you're probably doing that already. But how do we step it up a notch? How do we level up a little bit? How do we turn 2020, which for some people has been the year that they want to erase from the books, how do we turn it into the ending, the last quarter, something delicious and something that we can celebrate and something that we can turn around and say, you know what? It might have been crappy, but here's what I got out of it. How can we live in a space, or how can we create a space in our own microcosm? Maybe it's in our own immediate family. If it doesn't have to be something grandiose in the world, it might be something in your own family. For example, I am, with my nephews, they know that I take them on adventures. And my 10-year-old nephew still talks about the adventures that his Titi Shell has taken him on. I don't buy him gifts, I don't buy him stuff like that, but I take him on adventures. I do things with them. Because I want them to see that there's so much pleasure and so much joy in going to museums or going to the park or looking at the birds that are flying around or walking around life with your eyes open. I've taken my older nephew to do community service, Tikkun Olam, making the world a better place. So it doesn't have to be, this grand vision. It could be something simple in your own family. So what legacy do you want to leave? How do you want the world to remember you? And it was really powerful for tomorrow being World Gratitude Day that I decided to have this conversation because, when we talk about gratitude, we talk about the things in life that light us up. And we get to be a part of those things in life that light us up. We get to be a part of them for ourselves, and we get to be a part of them for other people. As we go through the week, find one thing you can do to live out your legacy, to expand on that vision, to create that goal that you want to do, whatever it is. Do one thing this week to get you a little bit closer to, if we lived every day thinking, you know, what impact can we make on the world? How can I be my best version of myself? We would wake up really excited and happy and alive. So I invite you, my beautiful people, to take that on this week as we celebrate World Gratitude Day. I will see you all very soon. Please share what your visions are. Share your legacy. What are little things that you want to do? Let's start with that. Like, share your simple visions of how you want your what do you want your family to say about you? How do you want your family to remember you? Like, what do you want? When I remember my grandmother, like the first memory I have of my grandmother is I'm 7 years old. She and my mother are taking me out campaigning during the presidential campaign, and I'm wearing a shirt that was a black shirt it was a tank top, and it had bubbled glittery letters, and it said, "Never underestimate the power of a woman." That just hit me. I don't know if she knew that, but my grandmother's legacy was to raise women who were powerful, who made a difference. That's how she lived her life. She did things for women all the time. She created federally employed women. She had organizations for women. She volunteered. She marched on Washington. Oof, that got me. That was her legacy, whether she knew it or not. She paved the way for women generations to come. And how do I know she did that? Because she instilled that in me. And when I was a teacher, that was one of the things that I did a lot for my students. Oof, that just hit me. So what is your legacy? What do you want people to say about you when you're not here? And start living that today. And I know you're doing that already, but expand on that and share with us. Have a great week.